Most police officers facing an internal investigation have the right to have a peer representative or witness with them during the interview. In Arizona, this right is guaranteed by the Arizona Peace Officers Bill of Rights for both targets of serious investigations and witnesses in those investigations. Many officers decline representation. They think, I don't need anyone here with me. And even if I had someone with me, the rules are that the peer representation can't interrupt the questioning. The witness officer can't talk on the record, so officers think that they don't add much value. Now, I'll actually agree that bad representation doesn't add much value, but this week's video will give you 3 reasons to have effective peer representation when you're facing an interview. I'm Steve Cerbalic, and I'm a panel attorney for ASCOPS in Arizona. First, the law. ARS Section 381104A1 provides that a law enforcement officer under investigation for conduct that the officer reasonably believes could result in dismissal, demotion, suspension, or termination may request to have a representative of the officer present at no cost to the employer during the interview. And similarly, ARS Section 381105A gives the same right to representation to witness officers. So here's 3 tips for effective representation. 1, have a conversation with the person who's going to be interviewed and help figure out how to frame that person's statement. Here's what I mean by this. All of us have had the experience where we're talking with someone who doesn't quite have their thoughts together. We listen and we get lost. If we don't think through what we're trying to say, sometimes we provide a narrative out of order, we can leave out pertinent details, or we just confuse our listener. A good representative will talk with the person to be interviewed to hear the basics of the statement first. The representative will make sure that the statement makes sense and can offer feedback as to how to be as clear as possible and what details to emphasize. This preparation, the framing of the upcoming statement, when done right, can prevent tons of headaches that can occur if a witness or a subject gives a confusing or incomplete statement when unprepared for the interview. Number 2, during the interview, the representative can read the room and lower the temperature. Again, we've all been there when we get caught up in a moment of frustration or emotion and we say something that we either don't mean or would otherwise regret later. And to be fair, investigators also get tired, confused, frustrated, or even angry at times too. A good representative isn't allowed to object or interject, but they are allowed to ask for breaks. Having an outside person there, making sure that emotions aren't getting in the way of a good, clean interview can literally save an officer from making statements out of emotion or frustration, and I've seen many circumstances where a timely request for a break may have saved an officer's job. Number 3, cleanup. Interviews are stressful, and the person being interviewed is likely trying their best to listen to the questions asked, formulate answers, and they're making sure that pertinent information is being conveyed and understood. This means that it's actually easy for the person being interviewed to be so focused on the details that aspects of the big picture can be missed. The old saying, don't miss the forest because you were looking at a particular tree, applies here. A good representative is listening to the questions asked and the answers given and is thinking about whether anything important is missing. Again, that representative can't interject, but the representative can and should take a break before the interview is closed out at the end and can suggest additional things to be added when the recording is turned back on. I've watched good representatives do this on a number of occasions, and this avoids unnecessary stress of having to come back and do additional interviews if something was left out. Investigations are then closed out more efficiently, and it lowers stress for investigators, witnesses, and those under investigation. If you're interested in learning more about effective peer representation, please feel free to reach out, as I regularly participate in training sessions regarding representation, and I'm a huge believer in giving officers the tools to do their job effectively and to ensure due process is received. If you have questions or comments about this topic, please leave them below. And like this video and subscribe to help out my channel. Videos come out every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Arizona time. I'm Steve Cerbalic. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.